the knowledge that your gift is activated only through the shadow. And every man comes with his own soul formula, with his own gene codes, and with his own sexual codes, and with his own 4-element codes. And the key element there is about creating a legendary love affair that lasts forever. So instead of discovering why you're here, you will know exactly what your code is. And when you zoom in and focus on that, your success and thus prosperity, you become more whole and more complete, because you're going to be kissing with your shadows. Your shadows are always going to be part of your relationship alchemy until you heal them. That's how you find your sovereignty, when you connect to your unique genetic code in how to build a sacred union, and how to build a relationship and a love affair, and how to attract the one. It's all going to depend from your sexuality, your confidence, and your purpose. Welcome to the year of purpose, pleasure, love, and prosperity. This is Yana Good from the School of Love, and I'm inviting you today into a really powerful presence. I'm going to share with you the incredible gifts, portals, containers, and opportunities that I have created for you this year as an activational frequency to truly experience your expansion in love, pleasure, abundance, and really connection to your true purpose. Have you been asking yourself these questions? Why am I here? What is the purpose for my energy? The purpose for my soul? My mission in life? Why am I here? And in which way am I supposed to present myself in this world? In which way I'm supposed to embody and enjoy my individual essence? Like, who am I behind the masks and concepts that are imposed by our family lineage, by the matrix of the social network, behind the realm of the good girl, of the pretty girl, of the successful girl? If we take off all of those masks and really connect to who am I, why am I here, and how do I connect to my true happiness, to my divinity, to my purpose, and experience myself and embody myself as a unique being, as a queen of pleasure, as the beloved. Because one of the purposes that we come here into this world is a relationship. You know, we wouldn't be here if our mother and father didn't have a relationship, where they didn't activate the masculine and the feminine forces to create a human being, you, me. And so one of the deepest purposes we're here is this relationship of inner man and inner woman, the yin and the yang within us. It's the connection to another human being through love, but with the polarity or unity, and discovering how this alchemy between yin and yang works, between masculine and the feminine, between the water and the fire. And I have discovered this incredible instrument called Gene Keys about 4 years ago. And my husband and I intensely studying it, because it finally brought together all the other instruments. It married the feminine and masculine approach, the logic and the sensuality. So what it's one of its key components is that and we all know this already, right? Einstein also mentioned that if you want to understand anything, he says, think about it in terms of frequency and vibration. So vibration is an energy that we feel, that we cannot really see and touch, but we can feel. But what is frequency? So frequency is when this energetic impulse that goes through you goes or manifests or embodies itself in three aspects. It goes through the shadow, meaning low frequencies, through fear and limitation, or it goes through your gift, which is your zone of genius. This is your true divine expression of the talents, the unique capacities that you are born with. That's like your inner code. When you're born here on a cellular level, you already have a specific blueprint that already has a predisposition of your cells to particular unique experience and expressions of who you are as an individual that is different from another individual. And the third element of the frequency band that the Gene Keys focuses on is Siddhi. And Siddhi is the highest, divine, purest version of the spirit embodied in you. And so I really liked this understanding, is that the energy inside of me can move through the shadow, through the gift, and through the Siddhi. Meaning that makes me human, that makes me a fully expressed in my potentiality human, where it's like a sacred union between the divine and the animal is married, and I become a human being that is really unique and juicy and delicious in my presentation and my embodiment as a woman or as a man. And the Siddhi is that my highest potentiality. This is when I connect to the source, to the divine source through my soul. And some of you have these magnificent experiences in the meditation, or when you have these divine revelations that ascend into your body, and you just connect and you feel this light inside, and you vibrate at the level of unity with the whole world, where you feel like an ocean of love and you've been just a drop inside of it. So this is our highest points of experiences in the human body, where we are again connected to the source, to the divine father, mother, the god and goddess that we came from, originated from. And so the Gene Keys marries all this concept of the psychology of our subconscious mind, which I dedicated the last few years to really understand what is holding me back from living in the highest frequency of love, connection, and union within myself, with my husband, and with the world. What is it that sets off my fire? What is it that destabilizes me, upsets me, and makes me experience the quote-unquote human experiences, such as fear, anger, jealousy, competition, comparison, limitation, self-doubt, feeling of not good enough and not lovable enough and not worthy enough and not capable enough, and not young enough, and all of this not enoughness. What is it that activates this shadow that inside of me, and why? And what if I don't want to embody it? What if I don't want my beautiful, sacred, incredible, unique body, as is yours, to vibrate at this low frequency? What if I don't want it because it is destroying me? What if I don't want to doubt myself? And what if I want to fully and completely love and to be loved in my relationship with my husband? and with you? So those were the questions that I have been contemplating, the last 20 years, looking for answers in different sources. And last year for me was culminational. I feel that after 7 years being in a sacred union with my husband, where I was looking through my instruments and he was looking through his instruments, and we were constantly healing each other and teaching each other and sharing with each other, and through working with the people in our school, learning how different everybody is and different levels and different capacity that everybody is, but everybody is longing for love, to feel, to express. And within that love comes the peace, comes the pleasure, and comes the prosperity. And it doesn't work in any other way. It's love is the hub, is the frequency out of which everything else is coming out. And that's why we have formed a school of love. So up till now, I have created for you, and I don't want to say I because it's done without the help of my husband. You wouldn't have received these incredibly beautifully packaged instruments. But we have created together online programs. I have 3 programs for women: womb healing, 4 elements, the power of 4 elements, and the 7 magnificent meditations. And so these programs, they help you to heal your inner victim in your womb energetically. The second program, the 4 elements, it helps you to really connect to the shamanic power of the 4 elements and activate your sexuality through them. And the 7 magnificent meditations help you to program yourself and stay in the frequency of magic, of that beautiful loving yourself. And so each of these online programs already has been about 10 years on our website, yanagood.com. You can buy them. And I haven't raised the prices, not even once in the last 10 years. They are each $500. Each of these programs in itself, it's a life savior for the woman. And so, but that became my foundational work that changed my life. The next level of my evolution once I got married was the 3 online retreats. And the first one came alive, it's called the Wholeness Retreat. And it came alive during the pandemic, where it was about life and death at the very beginning of it. And it was really scary. With this virus, we didn't know how long we were going to live. So I truly dived into the gene keys, and I wanted to activate myself at the gift level and at the Siddhi level. So if I die, I wanted my soul to live into the highest possible frequency in the afterworld, because I do believe in the afterworld. And so when I completed the work on that, the Wholeness Retreat was born for women. And the Wholeness Retreat consists of 10 powerful sessions. There was 10 weeks where we would get together. And I worked through this feminine channel in a very sensual and gentle ways, how our victim archetype is locked in our shadows. And the Wholeness Retreat is beautifully recorded. We had an incredible, intimate group of women where I was so raw, so honest, so real. It was an experiment. To which level can I embody my freedom? Can I embody my truth? Can I embody my uniqueness? And by that, give you an opportunity to connect and come out of the shell and release your masks of the good girl or not good enough girl, and come and step into our group space where you're also allowed to really dive deep and connect to your shadows. What is it that inside of you that is activated by your inner little girl and inner little boy that is inside of every human being, and both in men and women. We have the yin and yang inside of us that is activated through the trauma, because there is a traumatized part of us that the moment we're born into this world, our shadows are activated because they're encoded in our system. And so the Wholeness Retreat, once it's got recorded, I felt that there is no need to ever run it again. Now, I may change my mind in the future and come back to it again, but for the last 4 years, I have felt that all I do is I go back and listen to it again whenever I feel like it. And I myself personally, in the first 2 years after it was created, have done it as a student 7 times. And every single time, I felt that it was the most genius portal that was created. So this year, I am inviting you to purchase right now the Wholeness Retreat and join us in February 15th for the part 2 as a free gift. If you already have the Wholeness Retreat, then you only get you only get to pay a small amount of $500 to join us for this live portal where we are going to look into your gene codes now. This is a more advanced program. And we're going to focus on what is your purpose and how do you embody it in this year, how you activate your actual zone of genius and how that works, so that you can start vibrating in the frequency of your gift, in the frequency of your genius, because genius is your gift, is the frequency of your gift. But what's so beautiful about the gene keys is that the knowledge that your gift is activated only through the shadow. That shadow work is not something that you can get rid of, escape. It's something bad. You need to denounce it and run away from it. The shadow is part of the divine plan on this planet. We have the minus and the plus, which creates a magnetic attraction for our soul to come into this body and to experience free will. How do God can experience free will? Through the body of the human being, is when you make the choice between the shadow and the gift. And every time you make the choice from fear-based reality or through the love-based reality, they're both an illusion. We live in the illusionary world of who we think we are, based on what we are told, or we ourselves choosing a comparison to what the matrix tells us. What is a beautiful woman? What is the successful woman? What is the feminine woman? But all of that is changing. We as mankind have evolved to the space where we're looking for an individualization, a full embodiment of who I think I am. So I want to share with you for this year what I have prepared for you. So if you go to yanagood.com, the first page that is going to come up to you is the specials for 2026. And February 15th, it's a Sunday, 3 weeks from now, we are starting the Why Am I Here online retreat. And this is a part 2 for our Wholeness Retreat. And you will read all the details there. The second piece starts on March 15th. And here we are going to work on the art of pleasure, because the next piece that I created for you 2 years ago is the Queen Retreat and the Sexual Goddess Retreat. Because in the Sexual Goddess Retreat, I teach you everything you need to know about how to raise your sexuality, how to fall in love with yourself as an ecstatic, magnetic, magnificent, magical woman, how to raise your sexual energy, balance your hormones, and have full power over your body. And in the Queen Retreat, we work on self-esteem, dignity, and abundance. The code of the Queen, the presence where you are totally enough. And so we work on your money channel and eliminate the limiting beliefs that block you for your full embodiment of your prosperity. So these 2 retreats are also beautifully recorded for you already, and you can purchase them at any time. And so I'm inviting you to buy it as soon as possible so that you do have time until March to practice as much as you can so you can be more prepared. But in March, we're starting the Life Art of Pleasure. I don't even know how to call it. It's not a workshop, it's a practicum. It's a life retreat where we're going to work on everything I taught you in the Queen and the Sexual Goddess Retreat. We are going to get focused, zoom in, and practice, what you didn't have a chance to because you didn't join us in our first retreat when I first was launching it with a live group. But also, if you already have it and you went through that, this is going to be most enjoyable experience for you because you already have been practicing on your own, and now you get to come back with some experience and really, go a lot more advanced and ask a lot more advanced questions and really contribute to the community of the newbies, of the people that are just starting it for the first time. So I think it will be a really beautiful connection. So, and the third part starts on May 2nd, and it is called Let's Get Married. So this is for women. It's about relationship alchemy. So this is about how do you actually build the relationship with your husband or with the partner, or how do you attract and then build the relationship with him. So this is for women that already are married, maybe going through a divorce, maybe just got divorced, or for young ladies, or like me, more mature ladies, because I got married at 50. So age is not an option. It's not an excuse. But maybe you're single and you're ready for a relationship, or you're yearning for the relationship. So wherever you are at, whether you're in a relationship, getting out of it, and wanted to get into it, this is going to be a really powerful portal that I've never actually held before. This is something new that I'm creating this year for you. And a prerequisite for the Let's Get Married program are the Wholeness Retreat and the Queen and the Sexual Goddess Retreat. Those are our fundamental online retreats that are pre-recorded beautifully for you. And so probably every year, for now it is for 2026, but I think I will do the same in 2027. I'm going to be holding these live 2 portals for you. The Why Am I Here and the Art of Pleasure portals that are in support of the Wholeness Retreat and Sexual Queen. Let's call it this way. The Queen and Sexual Goddess is like Sexual Queen retreats. So the first part of the year, this is where I want to create for you this non-stop train of personal evolution towards your own happiness. And so in May, we can launch the Sexual Alchemy, the Relationship Alchemy, because you will already now be activated with your purpose, so which is your inner man. You will know why you're here, what your codes are, what your shadows are. You've done the work in the Wholeness Retreat with your victim archetype. You have activated your queen, you're connected to your sexual goddess, you've reached a certain level, and you've practiced it with me in the Art of Pleasure container, and now you can learn what you have to offer to a man. What is your feminine formula? Because I need a totally different type of man than most of you. And every man comes with his own soul formula, with his own gene codes, and with his own sexual codes, and with his own 4-element codes. So, for example, my husband's code is a strong earth. He's a Taurus by horoscope. So his sun quality, his first chakra, is activated in the earth frequency. And the men with the earth frequency have a unique way to express themselves romantically in a relationship. They build a relationship differently. They approach a woman differently. And most women, and it's not in the movies, nobody teaches this archetype. And this is the best archetype for marriage. The best. They are the most reliable ones. He's the first, earth element I dated and I got married. Everybody before I attracted was about air or fire, because those are the archetypes that are promoted in our movies and in our societies. And so you may need a man whose formula is the water element in his sun. Maybe he's a Cancer, or he's a Scorpio, or he is a fish in his sun. His sun is in this element. This is his base. This is his foundation. And if you're born in the fire element, let's say you are an Aries, for your magnetic attraction, the fire attracts water and the water attracts fire, not the other way. And so that will be the proper formula for you, and you need to understand how to handle a water element in a man, how to praise him, how he courts, what he's going to offer to you, how to appreciate him, how to love, worship, and adore your man based on what is his elemental formula is. And it's never just one element. So, for example, my husband is the earth and air element. This is his formula. And so, because I studied it from the art of geisha, how to handle all the 4 elements and the different combinations, I was instantly, once I fell in love with him, I instantly knew that I can handle him. I can open his heart to love. I can lead him to fulfilling his deepest potentials. And I knew with me, he can become super, super happy. He can become the superhero. He can connect to his higher self. He can fully express his sexuality with me. And he can really fulfill his deepest, darkest, and the lightest desires. Like, he's safe with me. And this is the type of confidence, and this is the kind of woman I want to help you to become if you're craving to have authority and sovereignty and power and happiness in your relationship. If you don't want to be the victim of circumstances, the victim of your limiting programs, the victim of your illusions and ideas and fairy tales, that one day the Prince Charming is going to come and sweep you off your beautiful feet. And, maybe he's not coming. Maybe it's been years and he hasn't been coming. And maybe now you're already 30 and 40 and 50 and 60 and even 70. And he, the fairy tale is not working maybe. So I am inviting you into becoming your own magical woman. Not a Cinderella, not a princess, but the queen of sensual, sexual, dignified, with deepest self-esteem and deepest knowledge who you are, fully activated in your shadows, because the path to your genius activational code, and this is the message from the gene codes, is through your shadow. The shadow is something that you have to acknowledge, accept, and apply so that it transmutes its negative energy into your gift. Because God loves us unconditionally. And we're here to learn how to fall in love with ourselves unconditionally. And what does that mean? This is the formula I've been exploring for 20 years. How to fall in love with myself unconditionally. How to embody myself in love, in the high frequency of love. And how to relate with the world through love. And not to become trapped in the victimhood archetype where I'm either a savior or an aggressor or the victim of what is happening in the outside world. How do I take full responsibility and embody myself as a sovereign queen where I create my own reality? Not sit and hope and dream. I have girlfriends that, are deep into tarot and cards, and then every day they draw a card and they, meditate about the Prince Charming and so forth. And I watch them years after years living in this illusion for children. Yeah, it's a fun game and I played into it and I believed in it too. But I got out of it because it's such a waste of time. And so I encourage you and invite you to come into my school and actually make a full investment into your actual evolution, where you take full advantage of the knowledge I've generated for you and recorded for you, but also where you do the work and you get the support. And so that's why this year I have 3 powerful containers, life work with me. So the Why Am I Here retreat starting on February 15th. Art of Pleasure starting on March 15th. And May 2nd, we're launching for the whole summer this beautiful relationship alchemy. And when you go to my website, yanagood.com, you will see these 3 programs on this one page, beautifully short but beautifully described for you. And you see different options, financial options that are available for you. So for everyone that already has purchased these 3 retreats, our fundamental retreats, Wholeness, Queen, and the Sexual Goddess, in the previous years, it's for you only $500 this year to just join, because you don't have to pay for the retreats. You just, pay for the container, for the opportunity to come and practice with me. And to also share your wisdom and get an upgrade, because you're going to get an upgrade. I'm an upgraded version myself. So you are going to have, an upgrade with me. And for those of you that are just discovering our School of Love, and coming into this container of sacred union that my husband and I are holding for you, and take advantage of these beautifully recorded online retreats that are the best knowledge collected from out there that works. For you, these portals this year are free. You buy the Wholeness Retreat now before the February 15th, and you join us for free for the second for the Why Am I Here? Why? Because they're 2 separate works. The activation of your codes, this is for both men and women. You can come here with your partner. And I'm going to give you more details specifically on just this retreat in just a second, but I want to first create for you this bigger vision why have I decided this year to go big, is because working individually with women, I see that they're taking pieces and bits from all kind of resources out there, and together, when it comes to application, it creates such a chaos, such a confusion in the woman's mind of who she is, how is she's supposed to be, how is she's supposed to build relationships. She doesn't understand her soul code. She doesn't understand her feminine code. Like, for example, my feminine code is the air and water. This is my main element. And understanding it, how to apply it in my sexuality, I understood that, okay, who did I attract? The opposites, the earth and the air. And so in our family, we have as a base code, is we have the earth, the water, and the air. But in our deeper work, we also have the fire. For example, my husband's Venus is his heart chakra. The planet Venus is in Aries. So he's a fiery lover. When he falls in love, he does it with panache. He just is, he knows how to woo me. He becomes incredibly charming. Okay, so my Venus is in Scorpio. So I had to do a lot of work to transform it and to become a sweet and loving and all-embracing and accepting woman, because it was not easy for anybody before my husband, before in a relationship with me. It was hard. The Scorpio has a poison. Like, it's not so easy. Once in a while, the Scorpio will come out and try to poison, because the Scorpio is about truth. It doesn't handle any artificiality. We don't buy into any illusions. We see things through, we feel things through. And my heart desires purity. I will not put up with any lies and so forth. And so I had to really work in the purification of my heart. And so that's why the work that I've created is to take a woman from her shadow victim archetype through the Wholeness Retreat, take her to her queen, take her to her sexual goddess, and now in May, so before this hot summer begins, we get you married, or we make your relationship sizzling. And the key element there is about creating a legendary love affair that lasts forever, that becomes a sacred union of the body, of the soul, of the heart, of the purpose, so that you unite on every level, because only that's how I found my happiness. Once I was able to sexually create an alchemy with my husband by honoring his formula and honoring my formula and making it work. Not keep looking for somebody else, but understanding how it works. And this is a truly, deep art and sacred work that I took 20 years to learn, to practice, so that now with deep confidence, I can share this with you, because, okay, I'm 57 now, and my husband is 10 years younger than me. And we have been together for now almost 8 years. This summer, it's going to be 8 years of deepest love, that we have been adjusting to each other, loving each other more, loving each other more, loving each other, eliminating the shadows and growing in love. And so that's why I believe in our School of Love, you have this not just potency, but continuation, where everything makes sense. And one piece, it's a system where everything builds upon each other step by step. So when you come out of it, you're not confused, but you can truly embody confidence and truth that is yours, unique. So that's why I like the Gene Keys, because it helps you to actually activate your own unique code. So when you come this February, on February 15th, everybody's welcome right now to go to the website and buy this or join this for free by buying the Wholeness Retreat and sending me a note through the Telegram or through the WhatsApp that, Yana, I just bought the Wholeness Retreat and I'm joining you in February for the Why Am I Here, the Gene Codes Retreat. So what do you get here is I will take your private data, your date of birth and so forth, and you will receive this full profile of all of your codes. And in February, we're going to work on 4 gene keys: your life's purpose, your evolution, your radiance, and your purpose. So here is it's called your life's work. And this key is your purpose in life. So the way it works is we go from your life's work to your evolution, then we come to your radiance, and we get to your purpose. It's like, this is the sequence that Richard Rudd has created that actually unlocks and activates and brings you to your purpose. Once that's done, then you can connect to your brand. The actual Gene Keys work is designed into 3 parts. It has the activational sequence, and there is a book on that. I have this in Russian, but and I also read it in English. So the activation sequence, it's a huge book. Then we have the path of Venus, and this is the path that that has the keys that lead you to your sacred wound. So that's activation of your heart. And then there is the 3rd book. It's called Pearl Sequence. And this activates your actually brand, your present in this world without the shadows. So my husband and I worked on this for 4 years to study, heal, learn, and activate this. And now we feel that we want to make your time, because your time is your money, to save you your time, to make the most out of your time. And we are going to lead you and guide you super fast through this. So each of you not only have the keys, where each key has the 3 frequencies, like a band of frequency from shadow to gift to Siddhi, but you also have next to each key a number. For example, in my life's work, my key is 50.1. So there's 6 lines. This number is called lines, and there's 6 lines. And based on the lines in each of the keys, these lines actually create how you are to be presented in this world. It cuts you through the journey of competition, comparison, and discovery. So instead of discovering why you're here, you will know exactly what your code is. And when you zoom in and focus on that, your success and thus prosperity is enhanced and guaranteed. For example, so you will receive for each of your keys, you will get your prints like this, where you will have your key and you will have your 6 lines for each of the 4 spheres, because this is what we are going to focus on in February. And for example, in the life's work, there is 6 lines. The first one is the creator. The second one is the dancer. The third one is the changer. The 4th one is the server. The 5th one is the fixer. And the 6th one is the teacher. So what does it mean? This is the names that he gave it to it. But both my husband and I, in the life's work, have the line number 1. And what that means is that we are the creators. What that means is that the way we are supposed to spend our life and the way we are supposed to understand and unlock our gene key is diving deep inside, using the wisdom that is already existed before us, learning everything there is out there. We are about the depth, and then we need to create our own unique product that will serve mankind and move the evolution to the next level, because each generation will bring something new. So until I created my womb healing program, which is my flagship program, I was never fulfilled. Even though, like, I have a law degree, I have a master's degree in Christian theology, I built a $5 million business in a network marketing company that did health and beauty. So I've experienced myself in different, matrix designed, portals for success, but I could never receive the deep satisfaction, as if I was not living my own life. So how I could be truly prosperous? Yes, I made a lot of money, but did I ever feel abundant and prosperous? Not deeply, not inside of my soul, because my soul's code is creation. I must create something that I live in this world as a gift. And so is my husband. So he created his own system. I call it Bulat's method. We looked and searched for different names, but like, it is so unique and so beautiful and so complete and so powerful. And I'm like, when somebody is activated in their gene code and creates something so powerful, they call it by their name. And I'm like, you deserve it to have it by your name, because many people are going to learn and study from you. And, this is your method. This is your contribution to the world. And so only when we were able to activate our first line in a life's purpose, we felt peace. And then our evolution continued. For example, if you have in your life's purpose number 2, it's a totally different journey. It's a totally different journey. I want to read you about the changer. The dancer. Every second line carries a strong feeling of fluidity in it. Whereas the first line is about digging down deep to unearth the creative fruits, the second line is all about self-expression. At its best, the second line is also unself-conscious, like the dancer who becomes lost in the joy of the dance. If you have the second line as your life's work, then you will have to find out the gifts in life that come to you naturally and easily. Early on in your life, it often becomes clear at school, for example, which subjects are you are best at, what's easy for you, natural. Although we often end up being dragged into different paths, but you need to do things you are best at, the things that you love, the things that you can do without even thinking. The archetype of the dancer refers to an inherent natural gift that emanates from you. When you trust this gift, it just flows out of you with a beautiful, natural, unstudied air. When you contemplate the gene key of your life's work, think about the thing you do with the most grace and ease. This will give you a clue to where your true life's work lies. Okay, isn't this beautiful? But it's completely inapplicable to me or to my husband. And so when I meet the person who has a line 2, who has this quality of the self-expression of your gifts only, and if I want to drag you down into the depths of your core, it's going to be more difficult for you. I shouldn't work with you this way. I should actually dig down into your talents and help you activate what is easy for you, what is natural for you. That's how you shine, and that's how you prosper. If your line is numbers 3 or 4 or 5, it's a totally different story. And so this is what we will study together starting in February. We will look at each of the keys and we will study all the 6 lines. And you will get your own personal profile. You will get this printed out for you. So instead of doing what I did for 4 years, here, let me show you the journey we have gone through. It's even hard to pick it up. I don't know if this is like how many kilos this is, but the gene keys, this is the Russian version. It's the same in English. It's huge. This is like an encyclopedia. And it took me a couple of years. I was just only studying the 64 gene keys because we have all 64 of them in our genetic code. But only 11 of them are your personal responsibility to activate. So your hologenetic profile gives you a short, concise, and focused way to look and activate your genius. So this is how you eliminate comparison, competition, struggle, and you just save your time. So then the next 2 years, I've discovered that Richard Rudd, the author of the Gene Keys, also created, look at this 3. I'm like, it's hard for me to hold it with one hand. It's called the Golden Path. It's 3 sequences that help to, it's a companionship to activate. So we had to study and activate it. And let me tell you, I have gone through each of the books about 3 times over the last 2 years in Russian and in English. So I want to save you this time and I want to support you on this journey to yourself. So you will get your personal profile imprints with all. We're going to work on all the 6 lines, but we're going to focus. You are going to focus on activation of this. The only 4 lines in your 4 keys. Once you get that picture of how you evolve, what is running your evolution, what is activating your radiance, and what is your true purpose, you become more whole and more complete. This is not the end of the journey. Maybe next year we will do the Venus sequence. Maybe in the fall I will start in the autumn maybe I will do this other sequence, but that's not my plan for this particular year. Because in my school, I'm guiding people slowly, step by step. I don't want to overwhelm. But the 4th container that I've created is a long-term mentorship. And in the long-term mentorship, where for 1 year, we're working with you on your victim archetype in the Wholeness Retreat, on your gene codes. Here, I will look at all of them, all 11 of your codes. And we are studying your activating your sexual goddess and your queen, and you're learning the art of relationship building. So what do you get in a long-term mentorship? You get everything that everybody else has to purchase. It's all included. All of my online recorded programs are included, but I'm working privately with you. So there's private retreats, there is private work, and I'm guiding you through. So I'm creating a personal workload for you, and I'm guiding you and supporting you through the year so that you can, in 1 year, become your best version, become the magical woman, get married, and create the love affair with yourself and with your beloved, and, be happy. So more information you can get if you go to our website, yanagood.com, and look at the dates, put them in your calendar. And I am welcoming you into our School of Love, into this year, to go through this powerful magical transformation. It's like 3 semesters, your wholeness with activation of your gene codes as a part 2, with your feminine codes, with your sexuality and your dignity and sovereignty in the Queen and Sexual Goddess retreats, learning how to use it all in the art of pleasure, and activation of the alchemy of relationship building, how these codes work between a man and a woman, how to create a truly loving relationship, how to navigate through challenges that always come up in any relationship, because you're going to be kissing with your shadows. Your shadows are always going to be part of your relationship alchemy until you heal them. And until you start vibrating at the frequency of love, wisdom, and power. So this has been my journey. I'm really happy as to where I'm at this point in my life. And that's why I'm ready to create this powerful movement and a container for women. From the beginning till the end, to be guided, mentored, supported, inspired, so that you can live your life with love, pleasure, and prosperity, and on the purpose that is your and only yours, and it's unique. That's how you find your sovereignty, when you connect to your unique genetic code and when you start living your life. So how do you heal your old scenarios and replace them with the new ones that are uniquely yours? I will be sharing with you in the next video. So I'm going to share more details for each of the programs in the next video. But in this one, I just wanted to give you the bigger picture of what is awaiting for you this year, and to encourage you to go to our website and look for yourself, like where you're at right now. What is most important for you? Do you want to focus on the wholeness and your gene code retreat? Focus on your purpose and healing your victimhood at your core and understanding who you are? And maybe that's the only journey that you need for this year. Or you can do both. Or maybe this one you're not feeling called to, and you're feeling called to only working on your feminine aspect, and you want to raise your energy and work on the sexual goddess and learn all these ancient rituals and the art of geisha and focus on your queenhood, so that you only activate your feminine aspect and only work on that. And welcome to that. The sooner you buy those 2 retreats and start working, the more prepared you will be for the art of pleasure. However, you can buy the last day and jump in for free in the art of pleasure. The art of pleasure is not available if you don't have the wholeness and the Queen and the Sexual Goddess retreat. It's a prerequisite because we're practicing that. Because it's a 6-week container where the first 2 weeks we're going to work on the Queen, we're going to work on your pleasure, and we're going to work on your financial channel, which is what we were working in the Queen retreat. So we're going to activate and go deeper into your money channel and activate it through pleasure. And because through the wholeness, you should have healed your victimhood. So here is going to be a powerful activation through pleasure of your money channel and your sovereignty as a queen. And we're going to work for 4 weeks on every element and raise your energy and practice together, so that your sexual goddess you can see what level you're at on a level of 1 to 7, where I have the video, like, where are you at? So what kind of man you can actually attract, not dream about, but you realistically can count on. And then in May, we start the relationship alchemy. And for relationship alchemy, the sexual goddess and the queen and the wholeness are prerequisites. because I don't want to be repeating and answering the questions that already have been fully worked and healed in the other retreats. And so the third piece is the most advanced, and I've never held it except from in private retreats. Why? Because like I didn't feel that I gave you all the pieces. So even if I give you all the information how to build the relationship, it doesn't mean you can apply it. Because if you listen to our last Temple of Love meeting, I talked there about like this really powerful code I've learned from Saint Germain, that any transformation happens the moment you acknowledge the issue, accept it, meaning you understand what frequency it's on, the shadow, the gift, the Siddhi, the divine frequency. Like you can accept it only if you fully understand it. And then you apply it, meaning you embody it. So to be able to understand or accept, how to build the knowledge, that the sacred knowledge that I'm going to give you, in how to build a sacred union and how to build a relationship and a love affair and how to attract the one, it's all going to depend from your sexuality, your confidence, and your purpose. Because that's who you are, is going to attract the opposite. Like, how do you attract the one that is a perfect match for you? Is you're not going to get more than you deserve, and you're not going to get less than you deserve. You're going to get exactly what you deserve. So if you are at a point where you're not very happy with the results you have in your life, based on the relationships you've had before, the ones that you don't have right now, whatever, if you're not happy at this point of assembly, your point of assembly is a sum total of all of your chakras, everything you know, all of your frequencies. Like, this is who you are right now. Like, in reality, what are you vibrating? What signals are you sending into the world and universe about who you truly are? And that is your point of attraction. And so if you're not happy with what has been happening before, or the loneliness and emptiness and unfulfillment, then we have to work on you and change your point of assembly. Make you a sexual queen. Because why do I like this sexual queen? Because the queen is uniting in her the inner man. Like, she's on purpose. She is sovereign. She knows who she is, where she's going, what she's creating, what she's about. So she embodies the wholeness. She embodies her codes. And she embodies the sexual goddess. The goddess, she's connected to the source where all the energy is coming from, and to her sexuality, which is coming from the 4 elements. And all of that is blending in the embodiment. So you are becoming a magical woman. So this is the journey that I have taken. This is the journey that has worked for me. And as I've shared in previous videos before, for first 10 years, from 35 to 45, I was just lost and confused in the sea of information about masculine, feminine relationships and all of that. I knew so much, and I couldn't embody and make a shift and a change inside of me. And only at 45, when I've stopped listening and learning, and I took all this information and I basically activated my life's purpose, first line, which is the creator. I took all the information everybody before discovered, and I dived deep, and I started practicing and fixing and finding what's not working, what's working, and activating and testing for years. And then I finally got it. And whenever I would get successful with this new powerful knowledge, I would create a program that I would share these codes with you. So that's why it took me 10 years in the School of Love to actually create 3 programs and 3 online retreats. And now I feel like this is foundational pieces. The only piece that is lacking is the relationship alchemy. And I feel that this is my diamond. This is what the most expensive piece that I have in my crown. So when people come to me and they say, can you teach me this? No. No, you don't deserve it. You haven't worked on it. You haven't changed yourself. You haven't transmuted your shadows. If you haven't done this work yet, no, you don't get the crown. You don't get the most expensive diamond. No, you go through piece by piece, and then you come, because then when I give you the information, you can embody it. It can seep, it can like water get into you, and you will be able to activate it. Otherwise, if I give it to you when you are not there, when you don't have the proper tools, how to raise your energy, how to like worship your husband in a way that he flies to heaven and back, what's the point? If I give you the laws and the information how to build a relationship, you are incapable to apply it. So I'm going to be wasting your time and money. I'm going to be wasting my time and money. And I'm very results oriented. I'm about victory, victory, victory in everything I do. And so, yeah, I work hard on myself. Yes, I am a perfectionist because it's in my codes. This is who I am. And in my gene code as well is the vocation, the gene key of the vocation. I'm line 6, which is the culmination of all the knowledge. So my vocation is to bring the essence, the wisdom, the quintessence of everything. And that line matures late. So I had to invest a lot of time, a lot of practice, a lot of tears, a lot of sweat, a lot of work, a lot of reading, a lot of learning to really come to my embodying my line 6. And so that's why now I am ready for this true expansion and holding this container for the groups to work with. However, personally, I love the individual transformation and work. This is what also in my radiance is lines 3, and that is about union and communion with different people that enriches me, and I'm enriching people, and I'm curious, and I love to get to know about different lines and different codes that everybody holds. And so that's why I've created that part 4, the long-term mentorship opportunities, so that it's only a few women a year I can personally work with, where I can devote my time. So it's a different container. It's expensive. It requires a deeper investment into yourself, and that includes everything. But I will share more details about it in one of the next videos. So thank you for your attention. And please go to the website yanagood.com, look into the 2026 specials, and start your journey. And if you have any questions, if anything is not clear for you in the website, we have a Telegram channel for the School of Love that you can click and join. It's also under this video. Our website links and the Telegram links are under this website. Also, my Instagram link is here. So contact through there, and I will answer and help you and support you on this incredible journey to love, pleasure, prosperity, and purpose.
So